Greetings, I'm Stellar Flurry, and today we're playing Infinity Nikki. The current quest we're doing is Treasure in the Forest. It's part of the mini quests after doing the main event quest that happened for this recent event. Let's see. Oh, I missed something. Chiagaga, my head's still kind of spinning. Same here, Chiagaga. When do you think we'll feel better? I've been dizzy for a while now. I'm too scared to go back into Misty Forest. Huh? Did the dizziness start after you went into the forest? Yeah, we heard the thorns and the mist were purified by you, Your Excellency, and that the forest isn't dangerous anymore, so we wanted to take a look. But for some reason, as we wandered through the forest, our heads grew drowsy. The cycle may be over, but the thorns haven't fully faded yet, and the forest's residents still need time to cleanse the last traces of miasma. Shroomlings are close to nature, so you're probably more sensitive to contamination, and that's why you feel unwell. Maybe wait a while before going back in. Oh, that explains it. I already feel less dizzy just hearing you say that. But if we can't explore Misty Forest yet, then the treasure map Chigaga and I found in the Titan's graveyard is useless. Treasure map? If there's a map, there's treasure. And if there's treasure, I have to be there. Where did you find it? In the Titan's graveyard, everything there is huge. But this map was tiny, tucked under a rock. We could just barely hold it with both hands. Look. Could it have been left by Ratali? Ratali? I've never heard that name. Who is she? She was an incredible Titan inventor. The miasma in Elderwood Forest is fading because of something she created. Nikki told the Shroomlings Ratali's story. Oh, Mother Shroom, such a great inventor, and we've never heard of her story. Then this treasure map must be very, very precious legacy. Well, we can't go into the forest right now. If we don't find out what that treasure is, I won't be able to sleep. If only we were as amazing as you, able to come and go freely. Then leave it to me. I'm curious to see what Ratali left behind, too. That's great. We'll wait for you right here. We won't even blink while we wait for you, Your Excellency. Well, you need to blink. Mysterious treasure map. Mysterious treasure map Chigaga and Chiagaga discovered in the Titan's graveyard. The paper is worn, the writing faint, but still legible, as if it comes from a very distant past. Alright.
What a lovely sunny day. Let's check out what the Shroomlings are doing.
Oh, wait. I gotta fix my ability outfit. Oh, wrong one.
The plants sway gently when the wind blows. It's like Yitzaland is alive and breathing.
Wait, I'm going the wrong way. So many enemies. There we go. Song of the Forest 1. Once upon a time in an ancient forest there was a mysterious legend. At the heart of the forest lived a talking tree. One day a fairy learned of this legend and burst into sorrowful tears. "Why are you crying?" asked its friends. The fairy said, "There's only one tree left in this forest that can talk. It has no other trees to talk with, sing with, and play with. How lonely it must be. We live in the same forest. Can't we be friends?" So the kind fairies decided to find the ancient tree. They set off in a neat line, stepping on fallen leaves and climbing over forgotten clay pots. Step by step, they bravely ventured deep into the forest. And what a big forest it was! It shrouded itself in a thick fog that concealed all its trails. During the day, the fairies could tell their direction by listening to the birds. During the night, when the birds slept and the forest fell silent, the fairies were lost. "How about we all sing together?" a wise fairy suggested. "If we sing happy like birds, our songs will lead us to where we want to go." It looks like a fairy tale, the start of a fairy tale, but where's the rest? Momo, remember? Bertelli loved fairy tales. She must have left this for a reason. "Sing happily like a bird, little bird." "All right, I'll try singing and see if it leads us somewhere." But she doesn't actually sing. Let's follow the path. A dirt mound. Could the treasure be there? Nikki and Momo dug it open. Another clay pot? What's inside this one? Investigate. Song of the Forest 2, and so the fairies began to sing. Their song slipped into the fog like the wind, and lit up the concealed trails like lamp blooms. On and on the fairies sang and walked until something amazing happened. They heard a gentle response in the distance. It was the voice far deeper and older than theirs, seemingly coming from the sky and earth. Every leaf and dewdrop resonated with it. The voice sang, and its melody guided the little fairies, who couldn't help but follow out of the fog up to a silvery lake. But the voice didn't stop. It came from a higher place, drawing the fairies to look up. At the center of the lake lay a giant vine. The vine extended into the sky, stable like a green glowing bridge. One by one, the fairies climbed up, careful but without fear, for the vine felt strong and soft. They kept climbing higher and higher until they could touch the low-hanging clouds. Then the fairies finally realized. "There's a new letter inside." And then what? What did the fairies discover? Don't rush. According to the last clue, to find out what happens next, we have to climb this vine ourselves. The story says a giant vine grows by the lake. Momo, let's look for it. Okay.
Now that I'm bigger,
Hold on. There it is, the third clay pot. Nikki opened the clay pot. Song of the Forest 3. It was then the fairies finally realized it was no vine at all. Oh, Nikki, let's see what the fairies discovered. Instead, it was the arm of a titan. It turned out that the talking tree in the legend was the last titan in the forest. She loved the forest so much that she chose to stay when all her friends left. She watched as the sun crawled in above the branches in the morning and sank into the lake at dusk. She watched as the stars lit up one by one. Time slowly passed. Green vines crawled up her shoulders. Flowers bloomed in her hair. Moss gently covered her arms. She became like a sturdy tree, blending into the forest. The Titan lowered her head and said to the fairies, "It was your song that brought me to you." It was the purest, most touching melody that she had ever heard. It was friendly, warm, and spirited, so she couldn't help but hum along, guiding the fairies, inviting them to her side. From then on, the fairy sat on her broad shoulders and lay in her thick palms as they listened to her beautiful fairy tales and wrote new ones themselves. The great big Titan and the tiny little fairies became good friends who shared their love for the forest and a life of happiness, protecting the forest together ever after. Congratulations on finding this place, smart and brave little fairies. Time has flown by. We've shared so many fairy tales here already. Every night we sit shoulder to shoulder. I think about how warm and beautiful our own story is. Isn't it just like a fairy tale? It deserves to be imagined, written down, and remembered forever. But this isn't the end yet, because our story hasn't ended. This time I want to invite you to write its ending together. I wonder, at what time will you find this place? Perhaps it will be dawn, or perhaps dusk. Either way, I'm in no hurry, because the white clouds, the red leaves, the black rocks will be waiting for you patiently. Whatever the moment, they will always be at their most beautiful. What makes nature so amazing is its respect for time and its love for everything. Thanks to you, I realize that. Forever, your friend, Ratali. I get it. This isn't just a fairy tale. It's an adventure game. Momo, remember? Little Red Riding Hood mentioned that Ratali was friends with the Shroomlings. Right. So, is that why the treasure map, unlike Titan's other things, is small enough for Shroomlings to read? Yeah. Using fairy tales as clues to guide Shroomlings here, I think this was the game really designed just for them. I see. But why are the posts still here? Maybe Ratali's Shroomling's friends... Whoa, they went too fast. Maybe Ratali's Shroomling friends never found them before she... Or maybe they already finished the game. Maybe once they admired their view together, shared fairy tales, and spent a wonderful day here, and then chose to leave everything as it was, placing the map and pieces back into the forest. That way other lucky creatures could join in the game too. They could follow their stories, see the white clouds, red leaves, and dark rocks, just like we did. Not just for Shroomlings, anyone who loves fairy tales and cherishes the forest. We're all players invited by Ratali. As long as someone enters this forest and wonders about the story, it will never truly end. That's beautiful. Let's go tell Chagaga and Chiagagaga. They'll never guess what treasure map was really pointed to. We did it! The treasure map was a success! Nikki, let's go tell Chiagaga and Chagaga. Okay. Ah! Okay. Your Excellency, Your Meowiness, you're back. Are you okay? We're fine. We found the treasure. It's a fairy tale Ratali left behind about her and the Shroomlings. Nikki recounted everything that happened. Wow, I never knew we Shroomlings had such a great friend. From today on, I've got a new friend. No, an old friend. After gossiping for years, turns out the story was about us all along. Your Excellency, can I share the story with the others? I love it. I think they will too. Of course, Ratali designed the game for her Shroomling friends. If you found the map, learned the story, and shared it with everyone, she'd be very happy. When the miasma fades and your bodies aren't affected anymore, you can all go see that high place together. See the vast sky and the giant trees, and the stories from long, long ago. Yeah, even after 1,000 years, some things never change, like this forest scenery, and the bond between Ratali and the Shroomlings. And that was Treasure in the Forest. If this video was helpful for you, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be sure to bring more Infinity Nikki content to you in the future. Thank you for watching.